Hi, 5th grade. It's Miss Phillips. We're going to talk about subtracting decimals today. This is another thing that we've done in our daily math review where we've done several word problems where we've had to subtract decimals. So this is just going to be a quick review about how to do that, and then you guys will have some practice problems where you practice subtracting decimals. It has my steps up here at the top of my page on what I'm going to do when I subtract decimals. First, just like with adding decimals, I'm going to write my numbers vertically and line up the decimal points. Then I'm going to bring down my decimal point to the bottom in my answer. Finally, I'm going to subtract, just like I would if it was a whole number. It's also putting in our estimation step here, as you see in the example problem. That way I know that my answer makes sense or is reasonable. This first example says subtract 4 and 41 hundredths minus 3 and 25 hundredths. First, I'm going to estimate. 4 would round to 4. 4 and 41 hundredths would round to 4. 3 and 25 hundredths would round to 3. When I subtract 4 minus 3, I would get 1. Okay, they lined their problem up. They subtracted. They got 1 and 16 hundredths, and that was reasonable because it was very close to their estimating answer. So let's look over here at this second one. They did not estimate first, so let's go ahead and do some estimating for them. 32 and 6/10 would round to 33, and then 2 and 307 thousandths would round to 2. So 33 minus 2 would be 31. That's our estimate. We'll see if our answer is reasonable. So they went ahead and lined up their numbers. They added those zeros because I cannot subtract a number from a blank space. Those zeros are going to have to make me go over and do some borrowing. So they didn't show their work here, but they would have had to. 7 can't be taken away from 0. They would have had to come over and subtract a 6, make that a 5. That 10 would have became a 9, and then that 10, it would have made this last one a 10. I'm sorry, it's kind of hard to see that there. 10 minus 7 is 3. 9 minus 0 is 9. 5 minus 3 is 2. 2 minus 2 is 0. And 3 with minus nothing is 3. So our answer was 30 and 293 thousandths, which is close to 31. So that answer is reasonable. Okay, here's our practice problems. So step 1, write down my numbers vertically. Actually, my step 1 is going to be to estimate. So 5 and 24 hundredths is going to round to 5. 4 and 44 hundredths is going to round to 4. 5 minus 4 is 1. Now I'm going to line up my numbers and do some subtracting. 4 minus 4 is 0. I have to do some borrowing here. 12 minus 4 is 8. My decimal point comes straight down. 4 minus 4 is 0. So our answer is 8 tenths or 80 hundredths, which is close to 1, because if I rounded that, it would be a 1. So let's come over here to the second one. I'm going to do some estimating. 26 and 4/10 would round to 26. 591 thousandths, I'm going to round it to the nearest 10. That would round to 6/10. And I'm going to have to 26. That would be minus 60 cents. So I'm going to think about it like that. So that would be 25 and 40 cents. So 25 and 4/10 is my estimate. Okay, now I have room to, remember I'm lining up my decimal places. So I have to make sure I put those decimal points right on top of each other there. And they're going to go ahead and bring it straight down. Oh, I have blank spaces. I'm going to have to add my zeros. Come over here and borrow. Make that a 3. 10 minus 1 is 9. 9 minus 9 is 0. 3 minus 5. Oh, can't do that, so I'm going to have to come over and borrow and make that a 13. It would be an 8. 5 minus 0 is 5. and then 2 minus nothing is 2. So 25 and 809 thousandths is very close to 25 and 4 tenths. So we have a reasonable answer there. Okay, let's quickly round 17 and 646 thousandths to 18. 13 and 41 hundredths to 13. 18 minus 13 is 5. Now I'm ready to rewrite my numbers vertically, lining up my decimals. Oh, I have a blank spot. I'm going to put a 0 there. Now I can subtract just like a whole number. 6 minus 0 is 6. 4 minus 1 is 3. 6 minus 4 is 2. Bring my decimal point straight down. 7 minus 3 is 4. And 1 minus 1, it would be 0. So that is pretty close to 5. That makes our answer reasonable. Okay, this last one is a word problem. A pair of cargo pants cost $18.50. A pair of denim shorts cost $16.95. How much more does the cargo pants cost than the pair of shorts? So here's my clue that this is a subtraction problem. So I'm going to subtract $18.50 minus $16.95. Borrow from the 5. Give that 10 over to my ones place. That makes that a 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. I'm going to have to borrow again because my lower number, I can't take 9 away from 4 without getting a negative. So I'm going to come over here and borrow from my 8. 14 minus 9 would be 5. My decimal point comes straight down. 7 minus 6 is 1. And 1 minus 1 is 0, and I would have to bring down my dollar sign. So my answer was $1.55, which is very close because if I estimated 1850 would round to 19, 1695, oops, 8, yes, and 1695 would round to 17, and that would be 2. So my answer is reasonable there. You guys are going to have a slide of decimals to subtract for your practice today, and then you will finish out your assignment today with an exit slip showing me that you know how to add and subtract decimals. Have a great day, guys!